If you follow these steps, you're gonna go viral on TikTok in 24 hours, I swear. Like these 3 steps, and you're gonna have results like these. If you avoid the mistakes I'm gonna tell you that you are probably making. And if you don't know me, I used to have 2.5 million followers on TikTok. As you can see, I can reload the page so you know it's real. And I obviously sold the page. They're trying to change the niche. Pretty much failing on it, but as you can see, this is my face, these are the views. I had crazy views, and this is an example of the views. Like this has 324,000 likes. That was about 3 million views, around 3 million views. And it was back in 2022. It used to be my full-time job. And it can be your full-time job as well, like making TikTok videos. So let's start with the first one. This is one of my other pages, and study your analytics. Let me pull up that page and show you actually. This page went crazy viral. This is it. Wait, let me pull up OBS as well so I know that you are seeing this. This is the page. It has like over 8,000 followers with like 27 videos. These are the videos, that's it. And they were taking me like 10 minutes to make, and because that niche was viral and I hopped on it before it went viral on YouTube as well, with people explaining how to do this type of videos. And you can learn a lot about your analytics, like we said, because nobody's talking about this part, like analytics. Everybody thinks that you have to create an idea, the video, and you upload the video and you're done. No, there is always something post-uploading, and that is studying your analytics, because your analytics tell you what went wrong, what went right, what you should replicate. This video, for example, performed really well. It had 1.6 million views, I think, or 1.7, and 71%, and viewers watched 71% of my video, which means it had high retention rate, not the greatest, but high, and it was suggested in the For You page, which is what we want to see. And we know it's not shadow banned, obviously. And these are important. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to show you in a bit another example which told us that the video was bad and we were just kind of lucky. But for example, this one, you take this one, you know that this thing works, and you know that you can replicate this video again and again into 5 new videos, for example, and you can have 5 well-performing videos or even 5 viral videos. So another example, I'm not gonna spoil the third step, which is really important, the most important probably, but this is another video that I created. Again, you can see it's me, and this got like 2.9 million views, but only 18,000 likes. And I don't have here the analytics because I didn't take the screenshot, but most of the people came from the search and not from the For You page. It was not suggested at all. And it didn't even have good engagement rates. Like this is all really bad. We were just lucky to get this amount of views, but it went viral because I was talking about what 6-7 means back when it really went viral. And you can actually use that even if it didn't perform really well. If you are making videos on products, your business, and if you're watching this video, you're probably growing a business or a personal brand, you can use SEO really well. But this is another topic for another video. So studying your analytics, replicating what works, and not doing again what doesn't work, avoiding what doesn't work. And then the second step, and the second tip is adding multiple hooks and not only one. Everybody thinks that you have to put only one hook and you are done. And just in the beginning, have a good hook, and then you can just relax, sit back and say whatever you want on camera. No, you have to keep the viewers watching without only doing crazy editing or little editing hacks. You have to have hooks inside the video, like, and wait for the last one. If you're talking about something specific, like giving educational advice, maybe you have 5 tips and you tell them in the middle of the video or somewhere around second and third tip, hey, watch out, because the last one is the most important one. I actually did that before, like with this step, which is actually the most important one, and it is on purpose as the last step. I don't know how this video is going to perform, but still, you gotta use that. You gotta use whatever you can in order to go viral and get that retention rate. People have to watch your video all the way through. And for example, another example, and especially if you do this wrong, and then you kind of build it up, and people are, when they are about to stop watching, they say, wait, and especially if you do this wrong, they say, oh, wait, What am I doing wrong? What is especially, you know, like these words, especially if you do this wrong, very powerful. And they can keep the viewer that is about to leave the video. And this is what we want with the multiple hooks. That's what we mean. We want to keep the viewer interested. They have to have a reason to why keep watching your video, or else they can just swipe away. It's so easy to swipe away on TikTok. So add multiple hooks, not one. And I also have a product with lots of free hooks. You can use them wherever you want, and it's completely free, a free product. You can find in the description, and we can move on. Like, there's nothing hidden costs, nothing, completely free. And let's move on to the last step, which is the most important one, and it is layers, 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 layers. You have to make your content like an onion. And I'm gonna show you exactly where the layers are and why this screenshot exists. There are multiple layers in this screenshot, and I don't even have to show you the video. And you might have seen them, but I'm not really sure. So I'm gonna show you what layers mean. Actually, I'm gonna tell you first what layers mean. The layers are multiple things inside the video except for the main idea of the video. The main idea of the video is like, what does 6-7 mean? Okay, but what else? You have to have more things inside your video. I cannot just sit down and do fancy edits and just talk about what does 6-7 mean. This is not how TikTok works. TikTok wants its videos, and generally short form, they want your video to be structured in multiple layers, stories within stories, and things that can cause like engagement baits, stuff like that. Let me show you the example to make it even more clear on what are the layers here. First of all, obviously 6-7 on its own is a layer, except for what does 6-7 mean. Having 6-7 and having it in a creepy way adds another story into the story. It's suddenly not about only what does 6-7 mean, it's also about what the hell is this? Why is it creepy? Why is there 6-7 there? And it just adds to the meme. Like meme 6-7, creepy 6-7, what is going on? The arrow is a good engagement bait, let's say. It's not like really a layer, but it's like a semi-layer. And a huge layer is this guy in the back. I don't know if you noticed him. I just added, and this one moved. I made him move up like out here and then back here, and he was doing this movement all the time, and that created there were so many comments about this specific thing, like what is in the back, the thing in the back, screenshots. Like in the comments there was screenshots of this guy because it was so weird to have that guy there. Obviously that adds a huge layer. So we have like what, 3 layers now? The main idea, 6-7, the creepy guy in the back, and you can add even more layers. Like here I was holding, you cannot see it, like I was holding this thing. I don't know if you can see it, but it wasn't a huge layer, but it was like a weird thing that you can hold. Or sometimes I would attach a microphone on this thing, like the pointer, and just talk on it. Others use a spatula, you might have seen that. These are all layers into the video. Or maybe something weird, something kind of sus. Like accidentally one time on my TikTok, on this TikTok, one of my older videos, like I'm not gonna scroll down 500 videos, which are actually 500, but there was a video where I had a screenshot in the back and I was using a green screen, and the screenshot in the back had a weird Google search, I think, or a weird text on an image that I screenshot, and it was something sus. It was something about not being straight, and that video went crazy viral because most people were going to the comments and commenting about that, and stayed and watched the video on the background playing and having multiple comments and commenting at the same time actively while reading the comments about that specific thing. So it just added a layer which was so good that it made people want to leave it in the background playing and commenting and reading comments. So this is how good it can, how powerful it can be, and how many views it can get you. I'm trying to find if I have another example of what does layer mean. And these kind of videos, for example, like with the cursed games, like these videos have tons of layers because they are about something. I'm not gonna show you this specific example because it's not the best. You're probably here to see serious stuff and not this kind of stuff, but obviously you can use that in your business videos. Like Duolingo has many SaaS things, I'm pretty sure. Like let's search here Duolingo. Like it used very well the format and the idea of layering. And if I can find a video, like it was always Duolingo and some other crazy stuff, and it made the video like have tons of layers. It was not just about Duolingo, it is about 1,000 other things except for also Duolingo. And it makes it more organic for the TikTok algorithm. You know, that's what TikTok wants. It wants the video to look organic, it wants to look native. So it's not like specifically like the videos of Duolingo are not just about Duolingo. They're different. They're different weird stuff combined at the same time, and at the same time promoting Duolingo. Like here is one about, like you see, like it teaches you something Korean, and at the same time it makes it really weird. It adds things, it adds layers to the video. And obviously this is like a very well-known hack, but it is so worth it to use it because it can get you millions of views, and you can go viral within a day, literally, if it works out, your layering and all of these. Obviously you can go viral within 24 hours. I'm not even kidding. Subscribe because more of these videos are coming out. See you in the next one.